Disclaimer. We are two regular guys who love to talk Bone Thugs and Harmony. We do not represent Bone Thugs or any Bone affiliate. We are also not Bone Thugs experts. The views and information you hear in this podcast may be based on personal opinion. Please feel free to leave corrections and clarifying information in the comments. And enjoy.
In an interview that you did in 2009, you had said that you might have been working on a documentary. Did that ever come about?
Actually, I'm putting it all together right now.
Wow.
A book as well. You know, I had to get to this point. You know, I'm one of them people where it takes the world to go against me for me to really get to it. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. At one point, I just was like, you know what? Man, fuck this music shit.
Wow.
You like your own homies, like, and it's not me. They did everybody like that. Now listen. Tell me if I'm lying. Bone Thug has not had a successful act or group or solo artist to this date under their brand. And that's actually fact.
I don't know if they've really got behind any artist the way they did Mo Thug. You know what I mean? They're a lot of the guys that came later on, I don't think that they've, signed the same way that they did you guys. You guys really, Relativity, you had that budget. I definitely don't think that there's an act that is as synonymous with Bone as the original Mo Thugs cast. And it is an unfortunate story that, you guys didn't, stay with Bone for a much longer time, because, that was a beautiful sight to see, to have the Mo Thugs open up those Bone shows, because the problem with a lot of openers is a lot of openers fucking suck. And it's great to be able to experience Mo Thugs with Bone, because it was such a power-packed show. Those tours. You were you with them? You were on the Art of War tour, like a lot of the Mo Thugs. Pretty much all you guys were on the Art of War tour, right?
Yeah, I did. Let me see. The Mo Thug tour, the Family Scriptures. I think I did 5 tours with them. We even had, I remember, a Mo Thug and No Limit tour. You all remember that?
Mo Thug and No Limit tour. That's
awesome. No, we didn't know about that.
Yeah,
and
I didn't. We actually had a question about you and No Limit, because your style is very close to a lot of the No Limit guys. You have some southern flair to you that I don't think the other guys from Cleveland have. I mean, you have something that I would say is closer, not your whole style, but you have some southern flair. So to hear that y'all fucked with No Limit like that, I mean, it makes sense.
And wouldn't it make sense for Souljah Boy to be with the No Limit Soldiers for just one song,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
No
dope.
Souljah Boy. No Limit Souljah Boy. Yeah, I always thought like after the Mo Thug departure, I was like, man, I wonder if No Limit's gonna scoop these guys up. or some other major, like if I had money and I was big, I would have tried to sign every Mo Thug artist that was no longer with Mo Thug, because you guys were already established, had a name, and I could see what I'm getting. But
Yeah,
I mean, did anything like that happen?
Were you in talks with other labels, or I mean, were you guys prevented from almost going to other labels after that?
That's interesting right there, because I was about to get to that. That's like, that's a catch-22, because I've had offers, nice offers, $1.5 million, $1,850,000, 600,000, 400,000 from different labels, but there's a thing called blackballing. We had contracts that were exclusive contracts. We couldn't do anything without the consent of Bone, so I missed out on a lot of features with, the Method Mans and the Killer Army, people like that, Busta Rhymes, probably a lot more that I just don't know about. But, just a lot going on, man, that will keep you. See, a lot of people don't know. Like, say you guys were Interscope, and I get a connect to you all, and y'all want my music. I give my music to you. You all like it, and you ready to sign me, but you're gonna call Mo Thugs to find out if I'm still an artist over there or whatnot. And what y'all hear is, Souljah, he's a hothead, man. We had to let him go. Ain't no telling what was told to him. I'm just saying, like, every deal that I've been offered always been sour for some reason. And that's just what y'all gotta understand. Bone was very, very powerful at that time. And if they wanted anybody to be successful, they could have been. You know how many people I've heard say, man, Souljah Boy could have been one of the six, or could have been a sixth Bone member.
Yeah.
They started to compare me to Bone, and they're like, oh, man, he better than everybody except Crazy. Nah, man, he better than everybody except Busy. Like, when it gets to that point, ain't no telling how a man feels if his heart ain't right at that particular time. So he gonna do what his heart tell him to do. And if he want to stop some folk from being successful, then that's what he gonna do. If he wants some people to be successful, and he surely is, then some people could be successful. Bro, I didn't even get a chance to, like, start cutting loose. For real, like, I was doing songs where I was actually singing. You all never got a chance to hear none of those songs. No one actually ever really got a chance to hear my true talent. Even with, like, the mixtapes, I put out, like, a 5-disc mixtape. Damn, what I call it. I forget the name, but
it was the Makeover 1 and 2, Nature of the Beast.
Right. Yeah, that.
Well, and your singing was on, like, that song Respect Me. Like, at the beginning, you're doing some singing, and then the second verse is kind of some rapping, or like a blend,
I like that song. Yeah. I smashed that. That was that Alicia Keys one. That's the Alicia Keys track. You know that?
I didn't know. Ah, okay. Well, it was you singing, so it sounded good. And I was thinking, man, I'd like to hear a whole Souljah Boy singing album, because it sounded really good.
Yeah, I'm giving a lot of R&B on this. I'm really, really, really putting some thought into this, because this is not the time for, the part. I got a lot of up-tempo tracks, but I'm not trying to party on them. Like, I'm not trying to party on them. I'm saying what I have to say so people can understand. They need to understand, like, they need to hear my story. Y'all need to hear the story. So that's why I'm really, really taking my time. I'm getting ready to record some singles and shoot some videos for them and pitch them out, throw them out there.
Yeah. Speaking of the music videos, you had shot the Poetic Hustlers. I guess the song was called Poetic Hustlers with the Poetic Hustlers in 2015. Was that kind of like a feeler to see what was going on, or was that a part of a bigger project?
Right. I was sneaking and trying to put a project together with all of them on there. I was individually talking to them. Like, I talked to the Poetic Hustlers and told them, man, I got this idea. I got the track. I got the hook for y'all. I just need y'all to come in and rap. So I did the same with Too True. I got the track. I had something crazy for them. Graveyard Shift, Ken Dog. I had got Ken Dog on a couple of songs that I just threw out there. There's one online. There's one out there now called Baby Girl with me and Sting and Graveyard Shift. But I was sneaking and trying to create a project with all of them, with as many multi artists on there as I could. But then once again, I had to do it like that because everybody don't sort of fuck with each other. But you see, like this is like a trickle down effect. You're watching your bosses, collide with each other. So naturally, that energy is going to affect us to where we stop doing music. Like I was like 10 songs in with Jazz from Too True, Sin from Graveyard Shift, Mo Hart from Poetic Hustlers, and who else I had? It was somebody else. Oh, Gates. I don't know if y'all remember Gates from
Graveyard
Shift.
Yeah. So like it sounds like you basically have a Mo Thugs album that could be put out. I mean, if you got all those tracks with these guys, that sounds like a new Mo Thug album.
Yeah, in a sense, but like I said, we don't even converse. So I wouldn't even try to, I wouldn't even waste my time trying to even put it out like that.
Yeah.
Because we don't even converse. We don't talk. Nothing.
I think it's hard too that, I mean, in terms of active MCs, I don't believe as many of the Mo Thugs are active, in the game the way you are. So it's a lot of Souljah Boy push to put things out and put them together. Where you're so active, you are an established act still, you have an established company. A lot of these guys aren't, especially at this point. Maybe back then they were trying a little bit more. I mean, is that the main thing that stopped that unofficial reunion? Because fans were really excited about that. I mean, that wasn't even the first time we saw that. I mean, back in 2010, you were kind of doing the interviews with Sin and Mo Hart and talking about like a reunion then as well.
Yeah, man, we've had a lot of talk through the years about doing stuff. I think that people lose their everything when it comes to being stopped from doing something that you actually love, or you thought that was going to get you to the level where you could take care of your family. That kind of hurt a lot of people, man. It hurt. Yeah. I did. Like it, Poetic Hustlers, Graveyard Shift, Too True, like Trey. It hurt them. It hurt me. But I'm just one of those people, like I said, is going to take the world to get me in a place where I just give up. And even then, I'm so motivated right now Seriously, like I got crazy shit right now. I got some crazy shit. When you have, I let people hear from all different ages, and I get the same reaction. And that's what I'm talking about, being that ready. Like a lot of people just rushing, like, yeah, you gotta get that. You gotta get no. God has his timing, man, and that's my energy. That's been my energy since a child. Like I truly believe in God. I'm not a religious man. I'm a very, very spiritual man, and that's just it. I'm not Christian. I'm not Baptist. I'm not Muslim. I'm not. I am no religion. I'm just a firm believer in God. I have my own relationship with Him, and I truly know that He is the reason why I've lasted this long. Like Kendall can be active, but he chooses not either to be active. So I truly am like the only artist out of most of that's doing something. And I'm about to take it even further this time. Really, really, really about to do some huge things. And I'm just at the point, I'm curious about where it's going to wind up. Because I know it's going to.
The things that you have done, I count 6 mixtapes, but I feel like I'm missing at least 1 or 2. So I have the Makeover 1, the Makeover 2, Nature of the Beast, Souljah Boy, Loose Ends, and Fruits of Labor. I never actually found Fruits of Labor, but I know that was the name of a mixtape. Are there any others that I'm missing besides those?
Yeah, I have a few more, but I'm not going to release them until I'm changing. You know, I'm getting different production for them, for the vocals actually, and I'm going to start releasing them like probably once I drop my album or in between the singles and the album. You know, just throw a few out there to I might do it. I might drop a mixtape in between like 4 singles and then drop a mixtape and then drop my album out like that. Maybe something like that. It all depends. I'm not sure.
Everything that exists now, are they all mixtapes, or do you actually have an official Souljah Boy, this is a real deal album, not a mixtape?
Oh yeah, definitely an original, all original.
Well, I mean, like, is it released? I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess you have it at your house, but has it came out like for people to purchase, or is that coming soon?
Oh, it's coming soon. Yeah,
okay.
It's coming soon. Like I said, you all will definitely be you all have singles and videos that definitely will drop before I release my album.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it in a way that's very different than what they're doing. And you all see, I'm not going to give too much away, but it's definitely going to shake up some shit.
I know your fans are excited. I think that you have done a great job at achieving your own fan base. I think it's fair to say that anybody that was a Mo Thug initially came into this sharing Bone's fan base because you guys were an offshoot, of Bone. But I think that you've done an outstanding job of building your own fan base. You were talking about being a spiritual guy. And, something that John and I were talking about is just, your positivity. You're a real positive guy on social media. I've even seen you, say, hey, I wrote something this morning that was negative, and I said, forget that. And I took it down and put up something positive. Have you thought about being a motivational speaker at any point in your life, given your positive nature and just what you've been through? Your story is motivating to not quit.
I'm giving up too much here. Yeah, that's part of my promotion. Doing that, speaking to the different schools and stuff like that. So I'm keeping my music as clean as I can keep as clean as I can get it, but as dirty as it need to be.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's interesting that you asked that, because that's definitely a part of my marketing strategy is to go to these schools. Like my son is 6 years old. I'll definitely be at his school as well, talking, speaking.
Yeah. I think you should. I think you have a great story. You know, you think of, you know, just in this brief time what we've covered, and you're a guy that has seen the world. You have blessed stages with legends, and you're continued, and you're driven. You know, we hit on a lot of stuff in this that I think that people saw as the low, but you know, you and I know that there's a lot of great highs from your time with Bone and Mo Thug as well. We spent an extensive time talking to Romeo Antonio, and he was telling us in his interview that when you guys were all, you know, down in Miami, that at one point you were living in a condo with him and Cat Cody, and he says with everything he's done, working with Prince, working with Bone, that is one of the greatest times of his life, was living with you and Cat Cody. Do you have any memories from that time living with Romeo and Cat Cody or any of the Mo Thugs?
Oh yeah, yeah. We didn't have our good times definitely outweigh the bad. That's for sure. That's why I said I've done things that, man, I'm trying to tell you, like, it's just unexplainable. But I definitely had a good time with Romeo and Cat Cody. You know, Cat Cody was the real R&B dude. You know, so we were doing everything, man, having all the ladies. You know, we out there in Miami living the life. We getting tats. You know, everywhere we stepped, they noticed that we was Mo Thug. So it was great. And then, you know, I think I recorded, I not recorded, but created some stuff with, we did with Romeo. We actually did.
Yeah. He
I
told
just
us.
thought about it.
Yeah. He told us about that.
Oh, he said that?
Oh yeah, Romeo speaks really highly of you and his time with you and just your talent. He really thinks that you're a complete talent, and I actually spoke to Romeo for an unheard of 9-hour long interview, and he just had the greatest things to say about you. He said a lot of great things about Cat Cody as well, and you know, we've always wondered, you know, Cat Cody, you heard a little bit on the Art of War. You know, he was on the Family Reunion just a little bit, and he's even on Busy Bones Heaven's movie. But I mean, it's so sporadic. Do you know why we didn't end up hearing more from Cat Cody during all this time?
Same scenario, same situation. Like, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just they just, you know, they were young, man, and it was just everything was stuck right there in us being adolescent, you know.
Yeah, I thought he was great. I thought his talent was, and for you guys to know you guys lived together with you know, your ability to rap, your ability to sing so well. You and Cat Cody must have just done some amazing things. That it's so unfortunate. I couldn't imagine you, Cat Cody, and Romeo all making music together. It must have been incredible.
Yeah, it was, man. We got a little something. I've been talking to Cat Cody off and on. You know,
yeah, that's great.
Getting some material from him, some tracks from him, because he's very, very talented as far as tracks. So is Romeo. They are very, very, very talented.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys are really, really about to witness whatever God got for me, my brother. I am not deterred by nothing, and I still salute my brothers regardless of the fact. Every time they come in town, I try to be there. When I'm out of town and they popping in that town, I'm trying to be there. You know, I still salute them, and maybe one day, maybe one day, they'll see that bringing that whole Mo Thug thing back, the whole clique, as many as left that want to do this thing. and doing a tour and doing a project, that'll man,
I
there's
think
no
the fans
words
would
for
love to
it.
see a tour. You know, I mean, as a fan, um, I, I think back to like 2012. I know that you were part of the Bone Thugs 20th year anniversary show that they did in Cleveland, and I think about that feeling of seeing you re-bless that stage as Bone and Mo Thug. How did that opportunity, come about for that to happen again? You guys seemed on level ground at that point.
They had one of the homies to reach out to me and tell me that Lazy was in town. He wanted to chop it up with me. So I shot to the hotel where he was at. He's just talking like, man, we trying to do this tour, this 20th anniversary tour, man. And we want to have Mo Thug on there. Cleveland gonna be the first date. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, let's do the paperwork, man. Let's get that shit popping.
Yeah.
And we wound up getting down there and doing that thing. It just didn't go any further than there, but just that being on that stage with them, blessing that stage like that in our own hometown, it did me some good. Because I could remember being on the stage at the Gun, and that motherfucker was so packed. It was like claustrophobic in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
a great feeling, man.
Is that the only time that you guys have spoke about an official reunion was during that 2012 tour?
I've been hearing some things. I've talked to Crazy before. I've heard a few things, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. Those guys are established in a way where, they're doing so much right now. I don't think they probably even have time to, do another project or do a tour which would be so dope, though. Because they got artists right now, they can actually capitalize off the whole situation. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's so much that can be done with what is right now.
Well, like that best of the best of Mo Thugs came out or is coming out. The digital came out. The CD's coming soon. So I think a lot of fans are just assuming that something else is going to come along with it.
Maybe the newer artists that they're probably going to have a few songs on there. I know they didn't contact me and ask me for any songs. I got plenty of those songs that they could have put on that.
Well, there's a question I see a lot in the comment sections on a lot of your videos, and it's the law of retribution with you and Busy Bone. So I guess it came out for like a day, and now just a snippet remains. Is there anything you could disclose on the details of that song and what its future holds?
Well, Busy actually reached out to me for that feature, and I did my part and sent it back, laced it up and sent it back to him. And I want to say probably about 5 or 6 months later, he called me he like, man, how the song get out? He was like, somebody, who is the guy on YouTube that has the song? And I'm like, what you talking about? I didn't even know what he was talking about. I happened to go, and he had texted me the guy's name on the YouTube, and I went and checked it out, and he actually had the song up. So I'm like, somebody done leaked the song out and put it on YouTube. And then after that, I seen it on like 20 other YouTube accounts. So I think what Busy probably did was got his verse copyrighted, got it with a copyright company, and it actually just playing, because I've seen other accounts out there as well with the song on there. I think it's just playing the chorus, his chorus, and my verse. So I guess that's how that happened with the whole YouTube thing and them switching it up. But I don't even think it's going to be any like video for that song, or you know, I don't think anything is going to come out of it because it's so out there now.
Yeah,
It's out
been
there.
there. It's too bad because I have heard it. It's a great song, and it's great to hear you and Busy. Because you guys didn't you as the Mo Thugs, at least us as fans, we never got to hear any of the Mo Thugs work with Busy. So that's a brand new sound for us to hear you and like Busy together. So it's unfortunate to hear that we may not hear that end up on a project because it's a great song. You guys are musical geniuses together.
Man, I appreciate that, my brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like the song myself. It is a great song. I just wish that more could have been done with it. It was electrifying.
Well,
Yeah.
and you had another one. You had what you really know with Busy as well. And how did that one come about?
Yeah, somebody leaked that too. It is, and they did it without even mixing it. So it's a whole thing. Like sometimes, engineers, producers get a hold of stuff and they, you know, do what they want to do with the music. That wind up getting out there. I was really angry about that too because we hadn't even put our marketing plan together for that particular song. We just wanted to get Busy's vocals before he got it further into being busy.
Well,
But that song that was leaked. This was quite a few of my songs that's been leaked out, like that "I'ma Dust Ya." It was leaked on YouTube, so I wound up putting it on one of my mixtapes.
Well, of all the songs that you've released, through a mixtape or however have come out that have been approved by you to come out, what is your favorite track out of all of them? Like if somebody was to listen to one post Mo Thug song that Souljah Boy made or King Jamma, what would you recommend people to check out?
The most favorite song out of the mixtapes?
Out of everything you did after Mo Thugs.
I told you we were going to ask some stuff that you're not usually asked.
Wow. I got a song. I redid. I spit over that song Lil Wayne and Twister did. Whip Game.
Oh yeah.
So that's like one of my best ones.
It was on the Twista album, the Whip Game proper beat. Yeah. Yeah, that's dope.
I seen like in the comments you advertised Chain So Big a lot, so I was just wondering if that was one of them, or I mean I guess you had a music video for it.
No, that was just a mixtape song as well. Those particular songs were for what mixtape is that? Fruits of Labor.
Mm-hmm.
The Chain So Big, Ha Ha Ha, and I Don't Give a Fuck. Those were three of the songs for the Fruits of Labor. But once I got a hold, it switched up on me because once I got a hold to Poetic Hustlers and Too True, I kind of switched it up and was like, maybe I'm just going ahead and make this project with them opposed to it being the Fruits of Labor. I can do this with them. They actually had a name for it. It was called The Remainders.
Oh, I remember. Yes, I remember hearing that. Yes, I remember hearing that was going to happen. It makes sense if it wasn't beneficial to you as an artist to do that. I think as a fan, we obviously all want to hear, even if it's an unofficial, reunion of just a few of you, we want to hear that. But it makes sense for you as an artist to not do something that may not benefit your brand. And, you're still building a brand. I want to ask you something I don't believe I've ever heard you talk about this in an interview. So I want to ask you something before we wrap up because I think it's an important moment in Bone history. If memory serves me correctly, I've seen you in a picture from the studio session with Bone and Biggie when they did Notorious Thugs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about your experience from that night, because anybody that you ever hear talk about that session, that night, that collective, that's such a collective, Mo Thug and Junior Mafia, you always hear people just talk about the magic in the air. Can you just tell us about Souljah Boy's, experience from that huge session?
Well, I do know that it was a funny energy in the air because that was at the time that Biggie and Pac was beefing. They were beefing, right? So Bone Thug came in to do the song with Biggie with Tupac T-shirts on.
Wow.
And he was kind of upset about that. You know what I'm saying? So I remember him, calling my name. He like, Souljah Boy. This is around the time as a matter of fact, he was on crutches. I remember he had that accident. So I walked over there to him while he was writing. He was right. They actually had the track turned. He was writing to it, and he was rolling a blunt. And I was looking at him. I'm like, man, what the hell is that? He like, yo. He said, why don't you roll it up the way y'all roll it out there, man? He said, since you don't want to hit this. So I actually took his weed and, broke down a blunt and I started rolling it, but I rolled a real fat one. And he like, yo, girl, what's up? He like, yo, I'm not hitting that. I said, well, you told me to roll one. I told you told me to roll one the way we roll them here in Cleveland. He was like, yo, that's too much weed, man. I had a real good experience with Biggie, man. He was a real cool guy, man. Real cool. He said some things to me that really stuck with me to this day. And it's ironic that he said the things that he did say to me, man. I'll never forget. But I do know it was a funny energy because they came in with those Tupac T-shirts.
That's crazy. I've never heard anybody talk about that piece, but I mean, it makes sense that would really, and you guys must have all been in New York for that.
Oh yeah, that beef was that shit was real.
Wow,
that shit was real. But that's what I'm saying. Like Bone and them just didn't give a fuck back then, man. That shit heavy. I'm not gonna even lie, man. Rest in peace to Biggie, man. That's my homie, man. For real, he's a cool dude, bro. But Bone and them just didn't give a fuck. Like, you just walk up in the studio where you know this man beefing with Pac and you coming in there to do a song with fucking Tupac.
Oh, that's awful.
That motherfucker came in the studio with Tupac T-shirts on, man. That shit, you should have seen the look on Puffy's face. I wish y'all was there to see it. The look on Puffy's face. Like, what the hell is they doing? But yeah, that experience was nice, man. We got to actually be there and witness Biggie sort of using the flow, like, and he got in. He went crazy with that shit. I liked it. You know that I'm gonna throw this in there. That Tupac song with Bone on there. When I first heard it, it was just Biggie and Pac. I'm sorry, it was just Busy and Pac.
Yeah.
The other Bone members asked to get on it. That remember, as a matter of fact, it's like 2 songs that Busy and Pac did that I remember.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how that came about. I think Busy just let them get on the song. I don't think they were supposed to get on the song. I remember them asking to get on the song.
Yeah, it's rumored at that time that Busy had that song because Silky Fine was on it as well, and it's rumored at that time that Ruthless kind of almost forced that hand that it had to be with All of Bone to get released, and that's how it ended up on the Art of War with All of Bone and No Silky Fine. As far as Ruthless, you had mentioned Ruthless just a little bit earlier. Now, of course, you guys were with Mo Thug Relativity. Bone is, with them. Did you guys have much crossover with Ruthless? Like, what was your relationship with them? Did you guys have a good experience with Tamika and that company, or were you guys kind of feeling that same way that Bone was?
Yeah, we were definitely distant from them. I've went to like a few of their events that Ruthless had. I've done that, but yeah, we Bone didn't like them, so we didn't. Anybody that Bone didn't like, we ain't like them.
Yeah.
So, but I will say, I had a few good times with Tamika. Right, like she liked to have fun. So we did some things out in Cali. I know one of the first things we did with them with a paint gun. She was skillful as shit. So I do remember that. I remember that she was shooting some shit.
Yeah,
But
that's awesome.
Overall, yeah, man, they had a very, very, very good time, man, with that whole Mo Thug movement. There's a lot of artists that were well off on their own and still didn't experience what we experienced, man. That we made shit move. It was really, really a serious movement.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The original. John and I were talking prior to coming on to record the show, and we were saying that it feels like the original movement, as far as established MCs getting on, making a label, and then putting that movement on. Wu-Tang Clan has done it, but you guys did it in '96, and you guys did it with, real, like you said, you grew up with these guys. I don't think anybody's ever done it the way the Mo Thugs movement did it. At least the first, the original 1 and 2.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that. I can definitely agree with you on that. That movement was great, man.
And how did you guys feel about seeing like the Saint Lunatics? Nelly went back and got his guys. Eminem went back and got the D12. It seemed like everybody kind of blueprinted off of what you guys did. Did you guys ever like observe that and feel kind of see what they were doing, saying, "Wow, that's based off of us"?
I think Nelly was trying to sign with Mo Thug at one point.
Wow.
If I remember. Yeah, I think it was him. Yep. So yeah, because he made a huge impact, but he definitely had our flavor. I will admit that. But I remember him trying to sign to Mo Thug.
Now, well, I'm saying you guys kind of like created the template that I saw like a lot of groups imitate. Bone got famous, came back and brought Mo Thugs back. Nelly got famous, went back and brought the Saint Lunatics. Eminem got famous, went back, brought D12. And every time I would see that happen, I'm like, that's all from the Mo Thug template right there. But
yep, yeah, we got a lot of that. A lot of people said that for sure.
Now,
go ahead, my bad. You got it.
I was just gonna say, before we wrap up with you, Souljah Boy, I gotta ask, because I want it out there so people know. At one point, I saw that you were reported in a lawsuit against DeAndre Way, who of course is Souljah Boy Tellum. Do you mind telling us more about that? It seemed like you had a really case and a real leg to stand on. And if I remember correctly, I think I remember seeing that you won that. Is that something that you can talk about?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I won that. I'm the reason why he wound up adding Tell him to the name. Because I didn't actually want him to not use the name anymore. And I just was like, okay, well, he using it. As long as he keep telling him on it, you know, then I'm cool with that. But you'll definitely pay me. And that's how that worked out. Now, the other thing is he's not continuing to use that the way he should. So you already know what that entails.
When you were hanging with Gilly the Kid around 2014, was that did that have anything to do with his like online beef with the other Soldier Boy? Tell him. And did you record any tracks with him in the Major Figures?
No, we actually didn't. We didn't link up. We chopped it up a few times on the phone. You know, took a few pics and shit. But I think he did play, you know, have that in his head when he was doing it. I didn't actually even realize that he had a little beef going on with the other little guy until a little later on. I think it was like a few months later on. I was looking at the shit online. It came through my phone. I'm like, hold on.
It seemed ironic. It was like ironic. He's hanging with the real Soldier Boy while simultaneously talking to the other one. It felt like I don't know, like not comedy, but like gotcha. I got the real Soldier Boy right here.
Yeah, you know, Gilly's a Philly guy anyway, so you know it worked out well for him.
Soldier Boy, it's been a great interview. I think that we were able to ask you some things here that I didn't hear in common. Like I said when we came into this, you know, we jumped, you know, kind of all over the place because I saw in other interviews that people wanted to focus on just the same thing. I hope that we were able to ask you some stuff that really made you think outside of the norm for yourself. Was there anything that didn't get covered that you want to make sure that your fans, that Bone fans, that anybody knows about you going into, you know, this 2018 and going forward?
I just want them all to know that I'm not lying to them. I would never lie to them. And I appreciate all the love and the support for so many years. I really, really appreciate all the comments and the shares and the likes and the tagging, like everything that has anything to do with my music. And I do want them to know that I haven't given up. There are things that we go through in life where certain things might be at a pause, but all we have to do is continue to keep faith and keep going and never give up. So I'm letting them know that I would never, ever give this up. And this time, I'm actually about to go harder than I ever have before. About to really, really get a chance to know me through the music. So hold me up. Hold me up. When is the second interview? You got it set up?
Oh, we will do it whenever you want to come on. You are more than welcome on this show. This show was created. I say this all the time. We have a podcast about Bone Thugs and Harmony that is really about all the people around Bone. We're honored to have you on this show. Who you are in this culture is, you know, you should know that you've created a legacy. You know that your legendary status to so many fans. You've achieved and motivate so many people. You always got a place to come here. And anytime that Soldier Boy needs to come on Be Harmony, you are more than welcome to come bless these airwaves.
Blessings, my brother. I appreciate that, man. I would definitely hit you with some info later to give you a date. It'll be good for me to come back on and promote the music.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And we'll make sure to work with Soldier Boy as well to make sure that our fans are getting, all the up-to-date information as soon as he gets ready to drop this project, any new songs. Make sure you're sending them over to us. We'll make sure that we're putting them on the show as well. We want to make sure that every fan is getting everything that they can get from you in 2018.
Yeah, where do people check you out anyway? Besides, do you have a website, or do you have anything where people go to get your music outside of Dat Piff?
My website is under construction right now. It won't be long though. Everything will be up and rolling. So right now we just using, the normal, the IG. My IG is Souljah King. You can catch me on the Facebook. I'm always on and off that Facebook. My Facebook is Will Souljah Boy Lion. Yeah, we have it.
I'm just gonna say for fans, if you don't follow, his Instagram or his Facebook, you definitely want to. He's very active with the fans, very responsive. You're a very positive, like I said, motivational figure. I always enjoy what you have to say in the morning to fans and just to people in general. I always feel like you're on a very level place as well with your fan base, where people can reach out to you and know that they're going to get a real response from you.
Yeah, definitely, man. I appreciate that, my brother.
Yeah. Hey, once again, we want to thank you for coming on. I'm going to be in touch with you. We're definitely going to have to do part 2 of this as soon as possible.
Definitely. I am honored, my brother. Let's get it going.
Yeah. All right. Hey.
Y'all be safe out there, man. Contact me, though, my brother. And thank you for having me on the show, man. No doubt.
Thank you so much. The real Souljah Boy. Wow, this was John. When we get into doing this and we do these and we hold these interviews, and we've talked to some big ones. We have talked to some amazing people. But to sit here and have a 2-hour conversation with Souljah Boy, I'm floored. I'm floored.
Man, I'm so happy that I can have that effect, my brother.
King Jamma, blessed beyond the harmony.
One love. More thug love, my brother. Tally up. I'll talk to y'all in a minute, man. Be safe, and thank you for having me on.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, King Jamma. Yeah, absolutely, Cecil. Week after week, interview after interview, we're taking people beyond the harmony, learning things that we never knew,
Woo.
Getting those behind-the-scenes stories of, in this case, we got to hear about Low Down Dirty Shame, how that came about, aspects of Armageddon. Who knew Armageddon was for the film Armageddon? But that makes total sense. And so many other things we heard tonight. Outkast.
Oh, man.
Outkast trying to get part of Mo Thugs. And we were just talking about Outkast in the pre-show.
Yeah.
Which is just, it's bananas. It's like, man, it all comes together, man.
Hey, that one was good. Man, that was a great, even just now, I thought he had already hung up. I've been smiling the whole interview. Souljah Boy had so much to tell us, and we got some great stuff, man. We got some great stuff. I'm so glad to hear that Notorious Thugs, bro, the fucking Tupac t-shirts.
that is amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah.
And, one of the things that you were saying that I do love about King Jamma is that he smiles, and I love smiling. I'm a smiley guy, and just to see him crack smiles on videos, streams, and stuff every now and then brings a smile to my face. It brings a smile to my face that we actually got to speak to King Jamma, Souljah Boy. I'm like sweating over here, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, and you guys should know that John and I have a huge list of questions when we go into these, and as we knock out questions, we make sure there's a check mark, and very few questions didn't get asked, and the ones that didn't get asked because they just didn't make sense, or they kind of got asked or answered in a different way. So we got so much out of that. Some of that shit is, just it blew me away. I'm really here to, happy to hear how active he is, and just like, did you hear the positivity of how excited he is to release this album that he's working on?
It seems like he's got something humongous cooking. Because like as we were picking things out, he was saying, "Oh, hold up, yeah, that's what I got coming." So
yeah, you could tell he didn't want to give things away. Man, it was good, and it was so funny, to hear. Again, I've been smiling the whole time, like you said. You're a smiling guy. Souljah Boy's out there smiling. It was so funny to hear Julio, talk about, like, can't smile in hip hop, right? That's the rule. Julio was like, that's how the guys took their photos, and I've been happy the whole time, man. Souljah Boy really blew me away in this, and he's ready to come back on. If you guys want to hear another part, a totally second interview with Souljah Boy. If you didn't get enough Souljah Boy in this one, make sure you let us know in the comments below that you want to hear another Souljah Boy interview, and we're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, and throughout the course of this interview, it was great to see. Part of the whole goal was to get these unanswered questions out, and we got to cover the entire outline of what I wanted to know. I just want to know where he has been, how it's been. We got to finally know it. I do see one question on here that we didn't get to, so we'll get to that one next time. That's number 30 on the list. We won't reveal it, but that one, number 30, we'll get to that one. And,
I know. I couldn't sneak that one in, but that's all right. That's okay. We got another. I think the response is going to be good. Like I said, if you guys want to hear another interview, make sure you let us know in the comments that you want us to make good on that offer by Souljah Boy.
Yep. Especially when he has his album finally coming out and whatever other projects. I think that's going to be really cool with the show going forward too, as some of the artists that we speak to, when they have new projects coming, if they're still active, this is a great outlet for them to come to either break music or promote. So that's an aspect we hadn't even considered going in.
To do like a review, of that new Souljah Boy album. We'll have to make sure that we get it. Do a review. I'm gonna make sure that I stay in real close contact with him. Any of the guests that we have come on, you spend this couple of hours sitting here talking on the phone, and you grow a bond with these guys. I've talked pretty regular with every guest that we've had so far.
Yeah. To finally have it in the can now, it's like I feel like I'm gonna sleep so well tonight. Souljah Boy was probably, we're probably going to interview some other Mo Thugs, but Souljah Boy, I'm not afraid to admit, he was my absolute favorite Mo Thug soldier. And that we got that on the show, he's part of Beyond the Harmony history, means a lot to me. And I'll probably be listening to Souljah Boy tracks for the next 3 weeks.
I think, I think that he is like besides Bone. So when I say this, I don't want anybody to say, well, what about Bone? With the exception of Bone, I think that Souljah Boy is what it is to be Mo Thug. And that's not taken away from Poetic Hustlers or Too True or GYS. They're absolutely embedded what that Mo Thug sound is too. But I just think that so many people gravitate towards Souljah Boy's sound that when you think Mo Thug, it's easy to think Souljah Boy, and that's okay because the fucking guy is good. Even now, bro, was it so dope when he was rapping on the podcast? I was like, wow, it sounds as dope as he did in '96.
He did. It almost sounded like he was just playing the acapella at times. And one of the things I used to think about back in '96 when Family Scriptures came out, I was like, this guy is the next gen, the evolution. So like if you have the Xbox 360, then you have the Xbox One, and just Souljah Boy. When I heard Souljah Boy able to hang with Crazy Bone on Low Down Dirty Shame and mesh and blend, like that was like a marriage of sound right there. And then to do it again on Armageddon, and what blew me away, and I remember driving the street hearing it for the first time, thinking like, "Wow, he actually had multiple verses on Armageddon with Crazy Bone," and not too many collabos have that. It's like he literally can go round for round, bar for bar, and not in a competition way, but in a complimentary way. He really complimented Crazy, and Crazy really complimented him. The vibe that they had was just so beautiful. And it's just, I hope we find out later on there's a whole battery, a whole slew of songs that they did together, because that was the perfect combination right there.
Yeah. No, I agree with everything you just said. Just the way it was like exactly what you said. It was like going bar for bar without it being competition. It was straight, just like every Souljah Boy bar was set up to make every Crazy Bone bar as good as as the last. I mean, they were an amazing team. You ask some questions, not you, but like us. We ask some questions sometimes that I'm like, I know we know the answer to this, but I gotta ask for confirmation. Like, was Crazy the one that you like to work with the most? Because, bro, it's just like think of that song. It's almost impossible to think that they make music that good and he liked working with somebody else more, because is there a song, like, are there two people that can really go together as good as Souljah Boy and Crazy Bone? Probably not even Busy and Crazy.
Right. Yeah, because with that, I mean, they obviously made a great album together, but there's something, and they're both Bone members, but there's something about like when you find that person that you just mesh with, and it just goes. It's kind of like
I'm just saying in terms of like think of the voice. You know what I mean? Like when I say that, I'm not saying that a Souljah Boy Crazy Bone album would be better than the Busy Bone Crazy Bone album. I'm just thinking of the octave, the tone of their voice, the way their voice goes together. Souljah Boy and Crazy Bone, it's just so. It's so close, but then so different that it's like, oh my god, bro.
Yeah, and
crazy.
I liked when I watched that Soul Train performance of Mighty Mighty Warrior. Watching it the other day again for the first time in a very long time. Just seeing Souljah Boy, Crazy Bone with Thug Queen and Felicia. It's 4 members, and even though Bone's 5 members, a lot of times it's just 4 guys, and to see that particular quartet was really interesting. The dynamics of it, 2 males, 2 females, one's a singer, one's a rapper, meaning Felicia is the singer, Thug Queen's the rapper, and then Crazy and Souljah Boy. I was like, man, this is a dynamic, this is such a great idea, not just to be like a side thing. And he did mention that the Night Riders came out of that, but that particular 4 right there, it would have been neat to see what else they could have came up with.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff he said made me feel like that. He said some things that I'm like, man, it's just too bad, man. But that happens all the time on our show. He'll tell us something. It's like, bro, that's so sad that we didn't hear that. Like the Romeo Cat Cody Souljah Boy song. So yeah.
Souljah Boy is my biggest regret is, and it's not even my life, but my biggest regret, as I was saying to him, was that there was never that Souljah Boy real deal solo album. I mean, I enjoy the mixtapes, but it's not that, I always think like what could have been had the Graveyard Shift came out and had it gotten to his part to have his solo album. I think that would have been such a mega thing. If the right money was behind it, the right promotion behind it. You just imagine what could have been.
Who do you think would have been after? If everything went that way, Too True, Poetic Hustlers, Graveyard Shift.
You have to think Ken Dog, right? But maybe Felicia, because I mean they were always toying around with the idea that Felicia was going to have an album.
Yeah, probably one of them at that point, because you would have had Thug Queen at that point too. So probably, Felicia or Thug Queen, and then probably Ken Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have loved to hear all those.
Yeah. I find myself like always hunting for different tracks. So I found that Thug Queen was on this artist called Con Artist or Con Artist. And I listened to that, and then I was like, I made myself my own little Thug Queen collection. And then Souljah Boy, I mean, he's got all these mixtapes. So like anybody listening, if you've been fiending for Souljah Boy and you don't realize that he has at least 6 mixtapes out there, 4 or 5 of them are on Dat Piff, and they're good. I mean, it's like, wow, some of these songs are really good. So check out Dat Piff, Souljah Boy. I think he goes by Souljah Boy Jamma on there. So I don't know how you're going to search it because you're going to get the other Souljah Boy, but he's on there. So maybe type in I Souljah Boy. That's the name of one of his albums, and The Makeover 1 and 2, Nature of the Beast, and a couple others. Check them out if you haven't heard them yet. My favorite track though is I'ma Dust Ya, and that came out. We got that confirmed. That came out during Mo Thugs. I'ma Dust Ya is just it's the jam.
Well, John, it's been a exciting couple of hours of talking 5 True Thugs from the Double Glock.
Yes.
Another Thug classic. Thursday. Yeah. Hey. we ain't doing nothing but classics, bro. I'm loving it. I want you guys to know that John and I love doing this, okay? I do this for John and I literally do this podcast for fun. So I just want you guys to know that we're with it. Sometimes the messages are so encouraging from you guys. Some of the comments, and we just want you guys to know that you know the show is here to stay. The support has been amazing. And dude, I love doing it every week, John. I love the interviews. I love what we find out. So far, have you done a single one where you didn't walk away finding out something brand new that you had no idea about?
No, every week it's been a home run. Every week I'm shocked and I'm renewed. I'm rejuvenated. You know, I mean, because we're coming in here. I'm after a 9-hour workday and then jumping on the show. And it's like another 2 to 3 hours, but I feel more rejuvenated at the end of the show than I was going in. You know, I mean, obviously because it's after work, but like it's hard for me to go to sleep on Thursday nights because, or actually sometimes we record it. It's it fires me up, it hypes me up. Like I'm sweating over here. I'm hot. I'm excited, and I love these shows, man. Thug Thursday, Beyond the Harmony. I even love all the additional things that we're doing, our little questions of the day, and all the other side things that we do. I always look forward to seeing what you come up with for these Mo Mondays with Romeo Antonio's little snippets. And I look forward to all of our releases that we do, that we have in the can. All the things that we have. Everything that we do, I love it. I'm like a fan of our own show. So
I want to
that's that.
Make sure that we, of course, shout out the people that show us love. Feenics Ryzin, who does our theme, thugsandharmony.com, bookofthugs.com, my boy Bone Thugs NL, loyalbonefans.com, of course the BTNH board on Facebook. We wouldn't be anything with any of these interviews without everybody that does the Beyond the Harmony Facebook group, all our admins that make sure that nothing is in chaos there. Everybody that helps make this possible are amazing. I really appreciate everybody. That is your Thug Thursday for this week. I am Cecil West.
And I'm John Lippy.
That was Souljah Boy. This is Feenics Ryzin, and we are out of here. Peace.
Beyond the harmony for the fans, we celebrate.